I can say is a push in the House of Congress in the USA towards Biafra, independence, or you call it emancipation. And it has not started today. This has been a job perfected so far 4 years ago by Nnamdi Kanu, when he was actually targeting the GOP to have one-on-one rapport, session with the GOP. GOP was looking towards at least meeting the young man in and before the campaign trail of Donald Trump in 2020. But, unluckily, unfortunately, disastrously for Biafrans, the Republican was down and the Democrats carried the day. So it could be that Trump actually won 4 years ago, US presidential election. I think Biafran, emancipation would have been a thing of, let's say, 3-4 years ago. People would have been just, remembering that there was a time we were in this contraption. But actually, the gang up by China, by Arab, the Indians, and the Nigerian government then, actually sponsored by Obama, Trump was edged out. If you ask me, Trump was rigged out. That's why we Biafrans will all cross our finger, gnashing our teeth for 4 years now. Because I know that had it been that Papa won that election 4 years ago, Biafra would have gone by now. But today, I'm seeing Papa marching towards victory. Who am I representing with APA here? I mean, Donald Trump, the right American president, the only one that we the blacks, the Biafrans, actually trusted. But anyway, from some angle yesterday, I received many calls from USA attacking me, advising me that Trump isn't the one, that Trump hates us, the black. But I was like telling them that, see, I'm liking Trump because of what? My own nationality. Trump is somebody I know, if he wins election in America today, Biafran push towards independence is going to be like Mai and the Egusi soup. So what I'm trying to say is that we are not only going to see an Israeli government that will come and fight squarely here towards Biafra emancipation, but an American well-constituted government that will push in for Biafra independence in the Congress House, among the congressmen. They are the lawmakers in America. And none of them are legislating there for their private pockets or for their families. No, they are doing what they are doing there for the what? Corporate security, coexistence of the whole world. It is not for the Americans. The kind of regime, I see in the recent time in the person of Donald Trump is what I say, yes, these people are not selfish, but they are for the entire world. See, Republican is coming. They are the one that is going to carry the day. See, I've been following up since 1980. 1980 to 88, Ronald Reagan regime expires. From 1988, this man, George Bush, no, not George Bush. From 1988, Donald Trump regime finished. Wait. George Bush started 88. He won. He stepped down 92. From 92, another Democrat, Bill Clinton, was elected. I was following it. It is Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, and each and every regime that fails to do well, the other party will take over. So this time around, we've actually seen a situation whereby the Democrat has obviously failed. The Democrat, they have failed. They are so flexible and soft. That's why you have all this security infiltration of American, territory, like the Arabs, like the Mexicans that are, peddling drugs from the axis of New Mexico, that is Florida, where they are shipping in tons quantity of cocaine into the United States. It's because of the kind of double standard character of the Democrats. But if it is Republican, they are very strong. They are dogs of war. They are very, very resilient to keep American integrity intact. And let me tell you, it is always not America for Americans when Republicans are there. It is Democrats that will tell you America is for the Americans. They will turn their backs on the entire world. But if a Republican Republican Party wins election in America, I tell you, it's not longer America is for America. It is America for the world. They will play good policy for the African countries, especially number one country on the continent of Africa, the Prince of Africa, that is Biafra. So I am praying, my own opinion hopefully is that Donald Trump is going to edge out this woman, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has failed during debate. She has come in with telling the whole world that is going to legalize Indian hemp in the USA. Indian hemp shouldn't be legalized. It should be used for drug manufacturing companies, to come out with the components that is good for deadening the skin, like the opium, chloroform, and other, drugs that is being used during, a surgical operation. You can't just, in our society today, legalize Indian hemp. You will corrupt the children, the youth, the society. It is not a norm to smoke hemp as if it is ordinary cigarette. Hemp is a raw, hard drug that can constitute, let me say, debilitating or making frail the immune system of the body or body defense system. It can bring it down. So it is not good to take it raw. There are many reasons one should not take Indian hemp raw. And the Kamala Harris is supporting it. I'm here to even advise her that she has gotten it wrong during the debate. Indian hemp should not be legalized. Why? If anybody, any family is having history of mental disability, if you take hemp and it happened that you are from that family, there is every likeliness that you can go mad.
Confirmed.
So it is not right, Kamala Harris. And I can see Trump as a man of God, a man that respects God. He turns his back on gay. He turns his back on gay marriage. He turns his back on Indian Help Church in Indianapolis. Trump is a man of God. Trump is the right man. I support Trump. I'm a Biafran, and I believe that the push for Biafra emancipation in the United States of America will be, geared up if Trump
yes, I learned that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden actually attacked the United States government, the U.S. media publication, declaring that it is time that Biafran quest has been gathering momentum. And Simonekpa was advised, for security reasons, to push further, in the global community and global leaders, among global leaders. What's their reaction to that?
Yes. It's a big support from current American congressmen. I've watched it one and on. I was even part of it on comment session where congressmen were debating about the need for Nnamdi Kanu's release, and actually that they will give their full support to make sure that emancipation of Biafra is a thing that will be like household story in Nigeria. They are not trying to alienate themselves from Biafra, but they are trying to at least, embrace Biafra independence as if we are one of theirs. And even in the House, they are included were some black senators. One of these black senators, he debated, and he was even telling the whole world that Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime. That was my greatest surprise that day. He said, could we not compare this man to Nelson Mandela? The kind of ideology, two of them are, portraying is quite different. One, Nelson Mandela was fighting against segregation and the apartheid policy in Southern Africa, while this young man is fighting for self-determination and the marginalization, which is happening as in the last year presidential election. We've seen, of course, people from a man from his own tribe or extraction won an election. The same marginalization was the reason why the current administration in Nigeria could not allow the man to take over the office, of the presidency. So they keep on pushing, and they were agitating the more for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. That if failure to do so, they are coming using United Nations, or they will come by themselves to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is let off the hook. So again, what I'm trying to say is that agitation for Biafra is something that has, started, let me say, after the war. It was a war time for 36 months over Biafra emancipation, and it was like nobody was defeated, nobody was, was vanquished, nobody was a conqueror. I don't know what I understand. And then we started the rehabilitation, what do you call it, reintegration, reconciliation and reconstruction process since 1954, since 1970, that's 54 years ago, till now, nothing has been done. So which is why it has brought, this kind of attention to the whole world. I mean, the concerned international communities to actually see that these people, the Igbos, this country, Biafra, that existed long time ago, there was a cause for emancipation of Biafra there that they fought for. This time around, it is time to actualize it, to make sure that Biafra comes. Since they were not given the opportunity to be part of the political leadership of the country, I think it is advisable to allow them to go. At least we can see the level Nigerian political leadership has degenerated over the years to zero, to pulp. It is time that we walk, I mean the Americans, towards, or we march towards Biafra independence.
Are you surprised the U.S. media is celebrating Biafra ahead of Finland convention? What does that actually mean?
The quantity, the large numbers of the Igbos in the USA is too alarming. I think the highest, the density of the Igbo slaves in the United States of America supersedes any other race in Africa. Because it's in Igbo land that you see warriors. We had warriors in the past, the Abrebas, the Arochukwus. You see people that engage communities in various war, and after prevailing on them, they subjugate them to slave trade, slavery. That's why most slaves sold in Africa are from Igbo extraction. I have my backings here. Just go and do your investigation in Sierra Leone and Liberia. Sierra Leoneans are Igbo slaves, all of them. Go to Gambia, investigate in Gambia today. They have large numbers of the Igbos in Gambia. Though they were Muslims there, some of them, most of them. And that was what brought the spate of Igbo popularity in Gambia low. I don't know what I understand. So why it is high in the USA is because of the large numbers of the Igbo slaves you have in the black community in the USA today. They are the highest race in America. They control everywhere. If you look at T.D. Jakes, if you look at Will Smith, if you look at Wesley Snipes, if you look at many actors, Ejiofor, the CIA guy always played CIA, is an Igbo man. Many of them, they trace their DNA to southeastern Nigeria. So that's why you see the agitation of Biafra taking up there more than any other country in Europe, more than Finland. Finland just play, let me say, big brother role anyway during the war. They at least control the European countries that were brought in food and other relief materials into Biafran region during the war. Finland was at the head of it, helms of it, because it was Finland we actually read that denied their children school fees, denied their children most basic amenity to make sure that the Biafran Kwachokan children are well fed and supplied with most of the nutritious, supplement of food needed at that particular time. But still, America has upper hand because of the large numbers of the Igbos, both slaves and people that went into that country for greener pasture. That's why America is #1 agitator of Biafra today. Igbos are much there.
But finally, Mr. Raf, are you aware of the present atmosphere in Asura? Because the issue that's going to take place on December 2nd in Fahi, in Finland, that's the venue of the declaration and convention, including a referendum that will be carried out supervised by the global world, has weakened the Asura. And up to now, they have not been able to get to a resolution on emergency meeting over Finland, simonekpa's consistent resistance of Nigeria.
Say, 2nd December, let me say, convention or returning of Biafra is something I believe that has been perfected. And Nigerian government is working hard to actually find out how it was done, or how it is going to be.
How it will work, but they don't know anything.
Under terrible suspense. They are suspended on the air. they are surprised, they are bewildered, and they highly astounded because they have never ever worked out the nomenclature, how it's going to be. They think it is going to be something like conventional war. No! Who is fighting who in Nigeria? Can a brother fight his brother? One, a country cannot fight two civil war. No, understand. Actually, the kind of conflict is going to be, it is yet to be unveiled by our prime minister in exile. So it is something that is going to be like surprise, surprise. This is how we're going to do it. But if you ask me, I will tell you that most of the military forces that belong to this contraption in the southeast, all their enclosure, all their barracks, all their camps and stations, they are going to vamoose or evacuate. I don't really understand. They are going to vacate by force. I think that is where the Prime Minister of Biafra is going. And the way he's going to do it, that guy is wonderful. He has been doing his consultation diplomatically all over Europe, all over Asia, America, and other even African countries could not be counted out. Only that we know that African countries, they are the playground for Nigerian government, where we of course understand that if Ekpa touches that place, he will be in trouble. So the problem now Nigeria is having is that Australia, Oceania, Antarctica, Asia, America, and Europe are behind this evacuation of Nigerian military forces come 2nd December in Igbo land. But I want to tell you something again. There are many classified documents, informations in that regard that could not be let off the bag or sack. I don't know what I understand. They shouldn't know it because they are not supposed to know it. That is where they will be, subjected to this kind of psychological intensity that will result to mostly hypertension, to Ababu, Chetima, and the rest of them. So it is better to keep them on suspense than telling them what is going to happen that day. If they want to know what Samneba has in package for them or provision, they should go to Finland and have one-on-one dialogue with Ekpa for Ekpa to let the cat off the bag. I don't know what I understand. Then they will know what to do. But as I'm talking to you now, nobody knows what simonekpa is about to do in the southeastern Nigeria comes 2nd December 2024.